Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our, let me see this, to our My Story Matters. It is January 14th already. Can you believe that? 2025, and a lot of us are well on our way into the 90-day challenge that a lot of people are doing here with LifeVantage. I know that Lisa and I are both working toward that, but we started our journeys clear back in August. I did in October for Lisa. She's going to share part of that story, but I want to introduce you to my friend. Lisa and I grew up just down the highway from each other. We've got some great stories about riding motorcycles and things like that. We won't tell you all the stories, but we had a lot of fun growing up and throughout high school. And it's just such a blessing to have Lisa in my life and to be able to still connect and to share things, just living miles apart. And now here we are sharing something that we're very, very passionate about. And so Lisa is a God-loving Grammy. She's just a wonderful human being. She's got 3 beautiful granddaughters, and she's got another grandchild on the way, due in June, but they aren't sure what they're having, boy or girl. I got another grandbaby coming in July, and it's another little boy. So here we are, we have those things in common. Lisa will be 60 on January 22nd. I am a half a year older than Lisa. She loves spending time with her granddaughters and playing on an active life, following them with all their activities. She wants to be a healthy Grammy who can also instill into the grandkids good health habits. And we all know that if we model those things, it's just a given. So my grandkids always said, Grammy, this is healthy. Look, I'm eating healthy like you. I love it. So Lisa and her husband, Randy, are looking forward to a healthy retirement together in the next 5 years, traveling in their 5th wheel and discovering all the beauty of the United States. And I think she shouldn't limit it to the United States. I think she could travel the world. Her passion is golfing, and she plans to keep golfing clear into her 90s. She loves being outdoors, doing yard work, playing golf, camping, and just enjoying God's beauty. She loves spending time with family and friends, and that's always enriched her heart and soul. And you're going to feel that tonight when Lisa starts talking. I know a lot of her friends are on here. We do want to remind you that we can't make claims that we cure, treat, or mitigate anything, but we are here to tell you that this is something you're drawn here. You're here for a reason, and there's a lot that Lisa's going to talk about that I hope resonates with you, and I hope that you can see yourself. If that's something that you need, this explains to you a little bit more why activation. So Lisa, I'm going to bring you on, and I'm just going to have you tell me a little bit about, first of all, thank you so much for joining us, and thank all the rest of you for joining us tonight. We know you have a lot other things you could be doing, but this is important. So Lisa, can you give me an idea of just a little bit about where you were before LifeVantage happened, and what was it that drew you to give it a try?
Sure. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I really appreciate your time, and I'm so excited about this. And Sandy had asked me a few months ago if I would be willing to do this, and I just froze. So I'm ready now because my results have just been amazing, and I'm ready to tell the world about LifeVantage and activation. I have always been active. I love golfing and tried to stay in the best shape I can. And um, I was an Orange Theory member, and through all the sports through high school and stuff, I acquired some pretty bad knees. And I knew that. But when I joined Orange Theory, I'm one of those that goes to the max and was doing it 4 times a day. And I injured my knees pretty good to the point where I had to give up my membership. And um, after being so fit and trim and not being able to do this anymore, the depression started to set in. I was waking up every day with pain in my knees, and I'd been watching Sandy's journey, and you know the success she had, and I knew I needed to get on the healthy stack, and I felt that this would ease the pain, not cure the problem because I knew I needed a knee replacement, but ease the pain. So I got on my Mojo Juice collagen and NFR2, my protanium, and that was helping. It really did. Um, ease some of the swelling that I was having, and the pain wasn't as bad. But I still had that problem of not being able to do the things I wanted to do. And depression started to hit in. And Sandy, I talked to Sandy occasionally from time to time, and she felt it in my heart and in my voice. And she was helping me with, my self esteem. And my health was getting in the danger zone. I was getting high blood pressure, um, high risk cholesterol. My A1C was going up, and it was just not the direction I wanted to be going, but didn't really have the solution for it. And I had a lot of friends and people that I knew that was going on Wegovy, Ozempic, and I had my annual physical in June of 2024. And I thought in my mind this was the answer, and talked to my doctor about that. And she agreed to prescribe it to me. And she told me that I probably wasn't able to get it because there's such a high demand. And by the time I left her office, Walmart was already texting me saying it was ready, but it was $1,686 a month. And there was no way I was going to do it. And I know my good Lord God was doing that to me on purpose because there had to be a better, healthier way. So I see, trying to get my points here, but um, so I carried on, and in July, I was looking for other avenues. In July, my husband and I went and visited Sandy and Creed, and we had a nice long talk and going over my situations, and told her about Wegovy, and she had a sparkle in her eye, and I could tell on her face, and she said, "Wait," and she wasn't allowed to announce it yet, but she said LifeVantage is coming up with something amazing, and I trusted Sandy, and I knew that she was telling the truth that they had a good product. So I waited and just waited it out, and I scheduled my yeah, yes, Sandy, scheduled my go ahead.
Well, I wanted you to kind of allude to what happened before July, before you came here and we had that talk. You had gone to the doctor in June, right?
Mhm.
That's when they prescribed Wegovy. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened at that doctor's appointment and then why you were so worried? And I just do remember, Lisa, that you were struggling very badly and crying and
Yeah, I was
conversations that we had. And so can you kind of tell them what your blood work looked like in June, maybe? And what spirit?
yes, when I got my blood work back, I my A1C had gone up because I know we probably all have our health portals, so I could see the changes in my blood work. My A1C was going up; it was up to 5.7, and my cholesterol, it was very high. It was 243, 191, and all the high risk, and my blood pressure. I discovered I had high blood pressure in the past, but my heart was always racing. I have one of those watches that my heart rate was constantly going berserko, and I was the depression, I think, and the stress from it all was just causing all these health issues and the weight. I don't know if it's stress that you gain weight, menopausal or what, but I just didn't have any answers to what was going on with my body, and it was really getting to me, and my self-esteem was getting pretty low. I tried to be happy, but inside I was not happy.
Right. And so when you showed up here in July with your husband, Randy, and my husband, Randy, we all were talking and it just kind of came up that we were talking about some of this stuff. Can you kind of just allude to what your thoughts were walking in? And, you had mentioned this to Randy and he said something about you know, the price or, you know, the cost of this, and you had,
Well,
you,
I had been on the healthy stack, and um, he'd known that I'd been getting that, and he asked me before we even visited you, how much you paying for that? And I just kind of mumbled, and I said, you know, you really should get on it, but he just wasn't convinced. And we spent the whole evening and dinner with Randy and Sandy, and something clicked. I They both talk are very highly. Um, they talked highly of LifeVantage and the products and what it does. And I don't know if Randy and Randy were talking while we were off on the other side talking, and we got in the vehicle, and after we left, and Randy looked at me, he says, "You know, hon, I think I need to get on that same stuff that you're getting on. You're getting in." And at that time, too, when Sandy and I were talking, you know, I was telling her what was going on in my body and how I was feeling. And she asked me if I was taking probiotic, and I hadn't been taking that. She goes, "Oh my gosh, you need to get on that." She was very kind and gave me a bottle of it. And right away, I got home and started to take it. And then I got the probiotics. And when I did start that, I really noticed even a bigger change. I mean, it was the gut health is, I had no clue gut health was so important. And I was getting a little better attitude, and things were starting to look up. And with the news that she gave me too, that there was a product coming out, and I had some hope. And having these four things, and then I also added AM and PM, the vitamins, and things were getting better. I still had the problem with my knee, but I could see light at the end of the tunnel, and I was feeling better. And, you know, actually the pain in both of my knees was going away, because I do have to get the other knee replaced too. But um, the pain was doable, and pain does cause depression too. And without that pain, I can focus on myself and getting better. And things were happening slow but sure. And that's the way activation works. And I'm just becoming a true believer that there are so many things going on inside my body that's just blows my mind, and the blood work is proving it. And um, I had that blood work on June 24th, and on October I had my knee replacement, and I started Mind and Body on October 18th. And before I had to go to my surgery, I had to do blood work in September. And just being on the collagen, the NRF2, the AMPM, and the pro and probiotics, my blood work then was even getting better. And it was amazing. And I'm just like, wow, this is just unbelievable that something like this can actually improve your blood work. So um, I had a little disadvantage when I started because I could not exercise because of the knee replacement, but they encourage clean health, healthy eating, um, high proteins, and no processed foods, and lots of water. And I stuck by that, and I was faithful to it. I completely uh, got rid of the alcohol. I knew I could do it. Not that I'm a heavy drinker or anything like that. I never turned to that, but you know it. And I just had an amazing result. I mean, the inches started to come off, and the pounds didn't come off. But after seeing the inches and seeing the pictures, I'm just amazed, and I'm ready to share that with the world.
I have to laugh. Lisa is saying, you know, it just started coming off, and she makes it seem rosy. I'm going to tell you right now that Lisa was not happy that the pounds were not coming off. Everybody else is doing better. She was a little bit like stickers in my panties. She was not. And I just said, listen, post your pictures, because we have a very great private private group, coaching group, where people feel safe because we don't post, or, we don't share pictures outside if people don't want. And that community is so supportive that people are now sharing pictures because it just makes them feel like they finally feel they're out of that I suck club now. So Lisa put her pictures in there, and we all, we can see it. She sees herself every day, even seeing the pictures, and she's like, nothing's happening. And I said, are you kidding? Seriously. And so I want you all to understand that with this mind body, we're hearing that from a lot of people because they're too focused on the scale. And Lisa said it over and over, my weight, my weight, my weight. And now her whole mindset has transferred from that. Lisa, you started what you said, October 16th, correct?
October 18th, yeah.
Okay, October 18th. And to date, you have lost a whopping 25 inches. And that's, that was a couple of weeks ago. You haven't even updated that. And 9 pounds. And I'm like, if that's 9 pounds that you can keep off forever, if you did that every year, or even for a couple years, that's where we want to, we want to really make sure that people understand this whole mind body thing. And it is, when we say mind and body, we're all thrilled about the mind part. So can you touch on that a little bit, Lisa, right before I'm going to share some pictures? But go ahead and tell us a little bit about how that felt, that transformation. You were bummed again that you weren't able to work out. You thought that was holding you back, whereas we've seen those pictures. I'm not sharing them tonight. I'm going to share some pictures, but not the pictures that she shared in the group. But wow, you guys would die.
Yeah, I had to get a new mindset to get rid of the scale. And when Sandy, says, are you kidding me? You're worried about the scale. And I had to sit down and have a talk with myself. And I did throw the scale away. It didn't matter anymore. I think through this process, you do have to understand there's many, many changes going on in your body. And you just have to be patient and go with the flow. Things aren't always going to go the way you want, but it's slowly happening inside your body. Amazing things are happening. And it's just, I started to love myself again. I'm happy to look in the mirror again. And I'm just, I want to help others now that it's a whole new game for me, or not a game, but a whole new lifestyle of being healthy. And I'm happy to say my husband is doing great. His A1C was even worse than mine. His was at 6.7, and the doctor put him on metformin, which we are working hard to get off of. But he's lost 10 pounds. We haven't measured and weighed for a while, but he's lost 10 pounds and at that time 9 inches. And he's feeling much better too. Sandy just talked to him before our meeting, and when he says I'm feeling great, because he's had a lot of health issues in the past with blood clots and such, and it's just he has AFib, and it's doing it together. If you have a partner or a friend, or it's just doing it together, it's just amazing.
And now you've got your sister on board who's been watching as well, and
Yeah.
now taking NRF2. And that just comes from, they see you, Lisa. And I just happened to be able to see you last weekend when we had our gathering for our training. And so I'm going to share a few pictures, and I'm going to let you talk a little bit about those pictures. So I hope I can do this right here. Right here is, and I got to move this little gadget here. But again, there's our disclaimer there. This is Lisa's story. And I want you to talk a little bit about where those numbers went, Lisa. From June to now, you talked about where they were now, where they're at.
Well, I just had another annual physical, December 24th. Well, not an annual. I have to go back every 6 months because of my blood pressure, but you'll notice, if you can see it, the LDL cholesterol in May, let's go June 10th of 2024, it was up to 147. And that was when I had my annual physical. On December 9th, it was down to 129. It's still high, but it's coming down. And my triglycerin, um, May of 2023, it was 93. During that spell when I was so depressed and my health was failing, it got up to 124. December, after being activated and on mind and body, it has gone down to 81. From 124 to 81. That's huge. I mean, I cried when I seen these results, and um, the hemoglobin, the A1C. My mom has diabetes and my brother had it, and I know it's something I don't want to go through, and I know people struggle with it. But in May of 23, it's 5.5. June, it went up to 5.6, and December of 2024, it's back down to 5.3. And I have no doubt in my mind when I go for my annual physical again in June of 2025, it's going to even be better. And
Let's take a look at that cholesterol total, Lisa.
cholesterol total, yes. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It was getting high at 236, 242, and now I'm down to 199 and no longer in the risk level. This is huge, people.
It is. Well, this might bother some of you, but this was Lisa's knee surgery. When she sent this picture to me, I was like, oh. But I think it's important because people comment. Lisa, before we forget, don't forget to tell people about your eyesight, what your eye doctor says.
Yeah, this is my right after my surgery on October 23rd, and um, this is today. I took this picture today. Sandy says, "Do you have a picture of your scar?" I said, "What scar?" And right away, I took a picture of it, and I can barely see my scar. I contribute that um, to the being activated, and I've been putting True Hydrate on it and vitamin E oil, and you always heal from the inside out. And I just picture this knee just healing so well, and look at that scar. I mean, it's amazing what what this is doing in my body. And
And so
I'm in
tell us about
physical
the other.
therapy with,
Oh,
yeah, I'm
sorry.
in physical therapy with the other people, and a lot of people who've had surgeries before me, they're reveal their knee and the scars like, oh dear, and it's just I have that opportunity. It says you should try activation.
So let's talk about this a little bit. If you want to add, Lisa, about your eyesight, because I think that was when you were on the Healthy Glow Stack only, the collagen, the
Yes,
energy.
I'm one of those that has to go to the eye doctor every year because macular runs in our family, and I've been on eye vitamins, and she does a special test for macular, and I've been at the same, they've got this chart with colors, and I've been at the same uh, place for over 3 years. And when I started the Healthy Stack, the collagen and the NF, NRF2, um, my last visit, she did the macular test, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you moved! You finally moved! You're getting to the point where I want you to be." And then she uh, dilated my eyes to do the exam for glaucoma, I believe. And she goes, "What in the world? Your eyes are as healthy as a 30-year old." She goes, "What are you doing?" And I told her collagen and NRF2. And she says, "Whatever you're doing," she said, "don't stop." She said, "There are some significant changes here." And my prescription got better. I had to get new glasses because my eyesight wasn't as bad as it used to be. And I have to admit, I'm not on I See Bright, but I will be ordering that now that I see what these products are doing in other areas. And I know I'll even have some better results once I start I See Bright.
So I've got this, that's great. And thank you for sharing that, Lisa. I got this picture pulled up. The one on is July, that's on my back deck right behind me here. And the next one is December. And I think that if everybody's seeing the same thing, my eyes immediately go to your faces. What do what do you have to say about this?
It's just it's just amazing. I've always been self-confident conscious about this big lump in my neck, and it's finally going down, and I'm just so pleased, and I'm seeing the changes now, and I'm happy, and um, Randy and I have a lot of plans for our retirement in our fifth will, and we just want to be happy Grammy and Papa and spend time with our grandkids. And I think we're on the right track, being activated. We plan on staying activated and staying on all these products. And I know it's a, a good benefit for both of us.
I did want to share this just up close to just see, you can see the changes and that swelling.
Yeah.
That is just really diminished. And you're right about your neck, and
Hmm.
just, that happiness. Your eyes are sparkling. You can see those eyes. And so we all got to take a look at that this weekend and got to see that, Lisa. And we're just so happy for you. So I just want to remind you guys, start your activation journey today. If you're not there, you need to reach out to the person who
Yeah.
invited you to get started. Don't be afraid. Minimum NRF2. That is our flagship product. That's the daddy of them all. And we honestly, Lisa and I are the same way. We just want everyone to feel as good as we feel. And so, Lisa, in closing, is there anything that you would like to add just to finish this out, to a message that you would like to send somebody who may be on the fence or who just, I did hear you talk about that investment that it takes, and you told us that you're investing in your future. And
Exactly.
Andy understands that completely now.
Yeah. Um, I, I strongly believe God gave us a temple in our bodies, and we have every opportunity to take care of what He gave us. And this activation is just so amazing how it is bringing back what God intended us in our bodies to do. And I want to take care of that temple now, and I want to be happy. And I know that a lot of people, it's hard financially, but when you stop and think about it, medical bills are hard. They're not easy, and being sick and unhealthy is just, it doesn't only drain you physically but emotionally, and not being having a good self-esteem, it deteriorates your body. And we can all sit in the driver's seat and steer ourselves to the road of healthiness. Hi, my friend Carrie.
Well,
And
that's amazing. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I encourage you all to get activated. Um, if you're looking to lose weight, please activate yourself first and get on mind and body. Um, we have every scientific proof behind these products. Nancy Bryan, I loved her interview. I noticed she came on, and she is phenomenal. If you have a chance to listen to her tapes too, but she really, between her and Sandy, they really have sold me on this kick to healthiness, and it's amazing, and I'm loving every minute of it.
We can tell your passion, and I'm so glad that you're not afraid to share anymore. I remember when I asked you a few months ago if you'd share your story, and you did, you panicked, but not anymore. That just
No,
happened.
I'm
So
ready to tell the world.
it happens. You're obligated, right? They can
And
do it.
I'm not,
Patient-
I'm looking at my friends and my family, and it's more about being healthy. We're always worried about our weight, but our health is so much more important. And I'm telling you, people, when you start feeling good and healthy, your life changes. And these products will help you do that.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa, and thank you all for joining. I am going to go ahead and stop the recording, but Lisa said that she would be happy to answer any questions if any of you have them. So if you'd like to stay on, let me hit this stop the recording button, and we will open it up for questions. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And if you're watching the recording, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you.